The views and opinions expressed by the hosts do not necessarily state or reflect those of the company and its management. Furthermore, the views and opinions of the guests do not reflect those of the hosts, the show, the management, and the network.
Hey, what's up? Welcome to Bloomer Babe Podcast. This is your host, Katie. Welcome to the podcast about my life, current news, lifestyle, millennial struggles, and anything under the sun. So if that sounds like your jam, please stick around. How is everybody? Kamusta naman kayo, guys? Malapit nang matapos ang first quarter ng taon. Yes, goodbye March. Here we go, April heat. Ready na ba kayo sa summer? May mga plans na ba kayo? May mga bakasyon ba? Saan kayo mag-Holy Week? Have you had a very restful weekend or saan ang gala ng mga tropa dyan? For me, I was so busy this weekend kasi finally nag-move in na ako with all of the things and furnitures sa bago kong apartment. And ang hirap palang mag-move in mag-isa, guys. Dati kasi, nagre-rent ako, pero usually mga kinukuha ko is furnished na. So, they have all of the appliances, all the furnitures na kailangan nyo. Ang dadalhin ko lang ay ang sarili ko at mga damit ko. But right now, I got an apartment that is semi-furnished kasi nga gusto ko sana siyang ayusan. Like, design it the way I want it to look like. So, ang target ng lola mo ngayon is to have a mid-century modern, tama ba? Mid-century modern interiors. So, more of lamps, orange hues, wooden. Hindi pa ako nakakapag-IKEA, but they said there are a lot of good finds. So, good luck na naman sa budget ko next week. If you guys have a suggestion of furnitures or especially lamps. I'm so obsessed with lamps right now. Ang laman ng Shopee cart ko ay puro lamps. Para nakaapat na ako ng lamps. Lahat ng lighting dito sa condo ay gusto ko nang palitan. Anyway. So yeah, if you have suggestions ng mga lamps that I should get from IKEA or Shopee, let me know. Just send me a message on my Facebook account or Instagram. Ano ba ang trending news lately? As usual, my source of news ay TikTok. But, ako lang ba ang obsessed? Is anyone else suddenly obsessed with Benny Blanco? Kasi I've been bombarded of videos from the last 24 hours about the relationship of Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco. Gosh, as in, wala akong clue who was this guy before. Hindi ko siya kilala. Parang kamukha lang siya ni, sino ba to? Jack Harlow ba? But he is a lot shorter. So yun yung akala ko. It's just like a struggling musician or artist sa Hollywood. But then, a lot of us found out na he produced or co-written songs that was very popular during the 2000s. Mga songs nila Katy Perry, Maroon 5, what else? Kahit Selena Gomez, Justin Bieber, Kesha, like TikTok. The song TikTok was written by him. A lot of Maroon 5 songs was written by him. Grabe, he was so talented. And I saw a lot of videos also of his interview from a podcast of I forgot his name, but he was interviewed about his career naman. Grabe, I can't stop watching. The more he talks, the more we listen, the more we want him. Actually, nagkakaroon ako ng crush tuloy sa kanya. You know, we are all starting genuinely to deeply understand why Selena fell for him. And honestly, I think siya talaga yung naka-jackpot sa relationship na to. I also saw an interview of him with the podcast of Jay Shetty. The way he speaks, the way he answers questions, the way he adores Selena Gomez. I salute, girl. Naka-jackpot ka. he was so emotionally mature. He's very secure. He's loyal. The way he answers, the way he acts, you know. Tangina, more Benny Blancos, please. Ayun. So, this clips got me thinking of the topic that I wanted to talk about this episode. So, I want this to relate to millennials right now, especially the women, having difficulties in the dating scene. So, are our standards too high, or is it just the men, or are we just refusing to settle? Let's break it down in today's episode. So if you're ready, grab your drinks, matcha, coffee, teas, with a splash of whiskey. And let's dive into it. Okay, so first, bago ang lahat, what is the difference between high standards versus high maintenance? Let's clear up a major misconception kasi ang daming tao, lalo na sa dating scene, who confuse having standards with being high maintenance. So ano nga ba ang high maintenance? This is when you expect over-the-top things all the time. Like lavish gifts, grand gestures. I mean, gusto mo lagi kang priority kahit napaka-unrealistic na. Girl, we're not looking for a walking ATM, okay? Unless that is really your priority to be, you know, a sugar baby. Ibang usapan na yun. Anyway, next, what is high standards naman? High standards, this means you expect effort, consistency, respect, and emotional maturity. Hindi mo hinahanap yung perfect, quote-unquote, perfect guy, pero gusto mo ng partner. Hindi rin project, you know? Imagine you're dating a guy who never makes plans. Yung tipong last-minute texter, alam mo yun, mag-text sa'yo, ano gawa mo? But never actually initiates anything. Girl, this is not effort. Now, you compare it to the man, compare it to a man who respects your time, like who books dinners, reservations, make plans, and show up looking like he values your presence. Diba? See the difference? When I go on dates, na-appreciate ko talaga if the guy will ask me, alam mo, bibigay pa siya ng choices, like 3 choices of restaurants that I wanted to go to, or let's say magtatanong siya kung anong cuisine bang trip mong kainin sa date natin. But yeah, I really appreciate those. And then yung nagbubook ng reservation. Meron din ako mga dates on the spot, like minsan nauna pa ako dahil late siya. Tapos pagdating ko doon, ang haba ng pila, wala pala siyang reservation. Alam mo yun, off ako sa ganun. It's the effort, the thought that counts. I don't give a shit kung marami kang pera, marami kang kakilala. I just need effort, you know. Lesson. You're not asking for too much. You're just asking for effort. Period. Okay, now that we know the difference between high maintenance and high standards, how are we gonna filter out men who don't deserve you? So, minsan kasi, aminin natin girlies, nadadaan tayo sa potensyal. Alam mo yan. But, this year, we have to make sure na hindi na tayo pa-fall. And, here's how to spot men who are not worth your time. Red flag number 1, guy, is the bare minimum bro. So, sino ba si bare minimum bro? I know a lot of us might have met this guy before or have dated some. Siya yung walang consistency, walang concrete plans. Alam mo, ikaw pa yung laging nag-adjust. Ew. Naalala ko tuloy experience ko. I was so into this guy na I see myself as stupid nung na-realize ko na, alam mo yun, pero hindi ako nahihiya na I was once nagpakasyo nga for a guy because I was so blinded of my kagustuhan to be with him. It's part of the journey. It's part of the lessons that you have to learn. Lahat naman tayo, for sure. Hindi ka ganun ka-perfect. Charing lang, hindi. But for sure, there was once na mayroon kang gustong-gusto na guy and did stupid things for him. Anyway, Second, si Mr. Mixed Signal. So, sino naman itong mga guys na to? So, for example, today, sila yung mga sobrang sweet niya. Alam mo yung magte-text sa'yo, good morning, have a nice day, share pics, share videos with you. Tapos, after a week or after 3 days, ghosted ka na. Ito na lang ang tandaan ni girlies. If a man wants you, you'll know. If he doesn't, you'll be confused. Period. Yun lang yun. Madaling basahin ng lalaki. Pag gusto ka niya, gagawin niya lahat. Dati hindi ako naniniwala Hindi ako naniniwala na, baka kasi busy lang siya. No. Pag gusto ka na lalaki, kahit gaano siya ka-busy, nasa gitna nga ng shift, nagte-text or tatawag sa akin, napindot ko lang yung miss call. Ganon. Ganong effort. Kaya yung mga nag-aantay ka ng reply after a day, girl, no, X. Block it. Okay? Marami dyan. Alam ko marami dyan. Nagsuswimming lang sila. Anyway. So, third guy na red flag is the emotional man-child. So, sino naman to mga to? Ito yung hindi marunong makinig, laging defensive, at alam mo yun, parang ikaw pa yung laging may kasalanan. Girl, remember we're dating men, not DIY projects. So, for example, have you ever been on a date on where you dressed up, you look amazing, pak na pak yung makeup mo, fitted yung clothes, alam mo yun, lahat, you feel confident, but the guy showed up na parang galing sa basketball court. Like, girl, remember the paparazzi picture of Hailey and Justin Bieber on where talagang dressed up si Hailey Bieber with a red tube dress while Justin looks trash? Something like that. Nag-effort ka, nag-heels ka, sabay pagdating mo, naka-short lang siya. He at least need to look presentable. 'Di ba? At least naman mabango. Okay? And dress appropriately. It's still the effort that counts. 'Di ba? Nakita mo, it's an effort mismatch. And a guy who respects you will show up looking and acting like he values your presence. Totoo talaga to. Minsan ako pa yung naka-dress down and the guy is so bango. Alam mo yun, talagang naka-polo pa siya. I even dated a guy once in a suit tapos ako naka-jeans lang. But that's fine. It was a day date, I remember. But anyway. But at least mag-effort ka. Okay, so now that we've laid down some red flags, hanapin mo naman yung green flags. So, ano ba dapat ang green flags na hinahanap mo? Number 1, consistent and clear. Hindi mo kailangang manghuhula kung gusto ka niya or hindi. Again, if a guy likes you, malinaw pa sa crystal clear Fiji water. Okay? Second, effort is equals intentions. Hindi puro salita, may gawa rin. Hatid sundo. Hindi ko sinasabi this is a standard, but it's a way for a guy to show effort or that he cares about you. He will be the one to book the reservation for the date, mag-iisip kung saan kayo pupunta, and all. Next, number 3. Ito, sobrang importante nito sa akin. He should be emotionally secure. Alam mo yun, marunong mag-communicate at hindi mahilig sa mind games. My God, that's why I see Benny Blanco so gwapo in my eyes because is the way he speaks talaga. Guys, watch the episode or podcast interview of Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco kay Jay Shetty. I forgot his Life on Purpose yata yung podcast ni name. Ang galing ng dynamic ng dalawang yun. Selena was so feminine and alam mo yung kahit na okay, physically a lot of people say that Benny Blanco looks gay, but when you hear the man speaks or how he thinks, he's more than just that. My God, we need more Benny Blancos. Please, kung pwede lang mag-copy-paste ako. Anyway. Okay, so just remember guys, we are not asking for too much. We're just asking for effort. Now that we know the green flags and red flags, when should we be patient or when is it the time to move on? Okay, so let's say you're dating, but what if, alam mo yun, slow burn lang yung guy? Alam mo yun, worth it ba siya or sayang lang ang oras mo? Okay, girls, remember, be patient kapag if he's making an effort, kahit hindi mabilis ang progress, kahit di kayo for like 6 months, but he is still making a consistent effort, check. Next, open siya sa communication at willing matuto sa relationship. Just good. My God. And the sexiest thing is if he is emotionally intelligent or mature. But I know a lot of men are not getting up to that stage. But at least, alam mo yon, he is willing to learn or he is willing to openly communicate with you. Might be his feelings, might be being vulnerable with you. Diba? Next, hindi ka niya pinapaasa at alam mo kung saan ka nakatayo. Yun nga. He won't be leaving you confused kung gusto ka niya or hindi. Minsan nga mas nire-respeto ko pa yung guy if, let's say, we're dating and he doesn't, hindi kami click and he doesn't want to proceed further. I respect him more when he says na, hey, I think we're better off as friends. Kesa naman nagpapaasa pa kayo, alam mo yun, kesa nababaliw ka dyan mag-isip. I know you shouldn't be, but at least clear on the both ends, diba? Na friends lang kayo. Diba? Next, you have to move on if, girl, syempre, number 1, excuses galore. Kasi, alam mo yung mga sinasabi, busy lang ako, kaya 1 week ako hindi nakapag-reply sa text mo. Pero alam mo yun, may oras mag-ML, may oras to drink, may oras to, girl, X. Next, ikaw lang ang nag-i-invest ng energy at feeling. So, ikaw na yung naghahabol, ikaw na yung nagte-text lagi ng good morning, ikaw na yung naghahanap, ikaw na nagsasend ng pictures, ikaw na nagla-likes lahat ng mga posts niya. You have to have same vibes, same energy, diba? Next, lagi kang anxious kung gusto mo ba talaga siya or hindi. Yes, yun nga. The guy should not leave you confused, and also it's a red flag if you, alam mo yun, I know you've been to dates na parang you have to be up in your toes. Na lagi kang conscious of how you act, what you say, how you look kapag nandyan siya. I've been with guys na ganito na parang I have to be the nicey girl. Hindi pala siya healthy. Kasi you're concealing who you really are. Of course, when you are in a date, syempre, best foot forward, you have to act nice. I mean, you have to act properly, but make sure that you're also revealing who you really are. Kailangan authentic pa din. For example lang you don't have to like his interests kung hindi naman talaga yun yung gusto mo. What if mahilig sa basketball? Alam naman maging basketball buddy ka, maging basketball fan ka. Diba? Kung hindi naman talaga yung gusto mo. Huwag mo masyadong i-adjust yung sarili mo para sa guy. You have to have your own, same with him. If you guys click, that's good. Diba? That's a good relationship. Para you have your own world, he has your own world, and you guys combined together would be a very good place. Like a very good relationship. Like a happy one. Diba? So, mayroon akong kilala. For example, okay. Share ko lang, mayroon akong kilala na girl na 5 years na silang talking stage ng isang guy. Like 5 freaking years. Alam mo yung walang label, walang clarity, poor excuses. If a man can't decide after a reasonable time, tangina 5 years yun, girl. Situation shit ng 5 years. Anyway, then he has already decided na hindi ikaw yun. Hindi pa ba obvious sa'yo yun? Like ako, minsan nga reply pa lang, ay alam ko na. Sa age kong to, sobrang tamad na, konting red flag lang. Hindi ko alam siguro it comes with age na kapag tumatanda ka, mas lalo kang walang pasensya, mabilis ka nang makadetect. Anyway, yun na siguro yung mga sinasabi ng matatanda na masyado ka kasing pihikan. Girl, ito na lang yung sinasabi ko sa parents ko or sa mga tita ko or elders na lagi sinasabi na mag-asawa na ako is that ayoko naman mag-asawa just for the sake na may masabi nila na may asawa na ako. What if, I have a man right now, tapos magpakasal kami, mas hindi kami match ng values, ng mga goals namin sa buhay. Diba, sayang lang. Sayang yung stress na madadala niya. Same with me, diba? Sayang yung panahon. I'd rather be alone Kung meron, meron. Kung wala, wala. Diba? So, babes, ano ang takeaway natin? Or just remember, girl, your standards are not too high. They are a reflection of what you believe you deserve. Kung may nagsasabi sa'yo ng madalas na masyado ka kasing mapili or masyado ka kasing pihikan, girl, ask yourself, sila ba masaya sa choices nila? Kasi madalas ang mga nagsasabing babaan mo kasi yung standards mo, kung masyado mapili, sila rin yung mga nagsasettle sa bare minimum. And girl, alam mo, hindi tayo ganyan. Ito usually yung mga friend na they would settle for a guy who makes them cry every week. Pero sinasabi nila na mabait naman siya deep inside, maasikaso naman siya. What the heck? Girl, hindi tayo excavator. Hindi natin trabaho magukay ng hidden potential. So, set the bar high. Huwag matakot mag-walk out sa mga situationships na walang pupuntahan. You deserve a love that you don't need to beg for. Okay? That's all for this episode. Kung nag-enjoy ka sa episode na to, send it to your bestie na kailangan ng reality check. And if you have questions, suggestions, just send an email to bloomerbabepodcast@gmail.com. Also, like my social media pages, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. This podcast is streaming on Spotify, Amazon Music, and Apple Podcast. See you on my next one, guys. Remember, if ang love life mo ay parang detective case, girl, thriller yan, hindi romance. Charing. Thanks for tuning in, guys. See you on my next episode. And remember, be safe. Buyers!